Hare Krishna. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Reading from the Bhagavad Gita, Chapter 1, Observing the Armies, text number 31 onwards. Foreseeing the imminent suffering and death that is the inevitable consequence of war, Arjuna begins to analyze his predicament. At this stage, bereft of broader spiritual vision, his uncertainty intensifies and he becomes bewildered. When one lacks an understanding of his spiritual identity, his relationship with God, and the critical purpose behind this world, one inevitably becomes disturbed and frustrated by life's challenges. And that is what is happening to Arjuna at the moment. It was already decided that this war was going to take place. But suddenly, by Krishna's will, of course, he is under illusion and now he has decided not to fight. When a person does not want to do something, he will give excuses. So text number 31 onwards, Krishna hears certain excuses from Arjuna. Apparently they are quite powerful, but when we deeply analyze, we'll realize they have no strong foundation. So let us hear Arjuna's excuses. Text number 31 to 35, he talks about happiness. That is the first excuse. O Krishna, if I fight this battle, it will not bring me any happiness. I will not be happy. Text number 31. Nacha shreyo anupashyami hatva svajanamahave nakankshe vijayam Krishna nacha rajyam sukhanicha. I do not see how any good can come from killing my own kinsmen in this battle. Nor can I, my dear Krishna, desire any subsequent victory, kingdom or happiness. 32 to 35. Kim no rajyena govinda kim bhogair jivitena va yesham arthe kankshitam no rajyam bhogah sukhani cha tayame avasthita yuddhe pranam styaktva dhanani cha acharyah pitarah putras tathaiva cha pitamaha matulaha swashurah pautrah syalah sambandhinastatha etan nahantum ichchami gnatopi madhusudana api trailokya rajyasya hetoh kimno mahi krite nihatya dharta rashtrannah ka pritihi syajjanardana. O Govinda, of what avail to us are a kingdom, happiness, or even life itself, when all those for whom we may desire them are now arrayed on this battlefield? O Madhusudana, when teachers, fathers, sons, grandfathers, maternal uncles, fathers-in-law, grandsons, brothers-in-law, and other relatives are ready to give up their lives and properties and are standing before me, why should I wish to kill them, even though they might otherwise kill me? O maintainer of all living entities, I am not prepared to fight with them, even in exchange for the three worlds, let alone this earth. What pleasure will be derived from killing the sons of Dhritarashtra? So this is the first excuse. I will not derive any pleasure if I fight this battle and kill my own people. And he uses three different names to address Arjuna. Govinda. Govinda means one who gives happiness to the cows, and go also means the senses. That is why sometimes we use the word Goswami for a sannyasi. He is supposed to be the master of the senses. Swami means the master. Govinda, therefore, here refers to Krishna. You are the one who gives or who should give pleasure to my senses. Why are you giving pain instead? So Arjuna is telling Krishna, you are Govinda. You are supposed to give happiness to my senses. That's why you have been given this name Govinda. But by engaging me in this war, you are giving me pain. So you are not living up to your reputation as Govinda. So Arjuna is being very selfish here when he gives this excuse, oh my happiness, my comfort, my pleasure. Scientific research has also shown that people who are only thinking about their own happiness, I, me and mine, they are the ones who go into depression the most. And same thing is happening with Arjuna. He's only thinking about his own self. He's being selfish here in the sense that, okay, my pleasure, he's saying. But if he doesn't fight this battle, the world would continue to be ruled by demonic people like Duryodhana. As a Kshatriya, Arjuna is duty bound to protect the innocent from the demonic classes. Secondly, okay, he doesn't want to fight, but the Pandavas are dependent on him. How could he forget the atrocities committed against his brothers, insult to his wife, misery to his mother, apart from the citizens? So he's only thinking about his own happiness, and therefore he's telling Krishna, you should give me happiness. But he has forgotten one principle, that we become happy not by acquisitions, achievements, or trying to acquire happiness, or we don't become happy by asking God to make us happy. Rather, we should act in a way that gives happiness to the Lord's senses, and in exchange we also get the same amount of happiness. God is like the real person, we are like the image in the mirror, the reflection in the mirror. When something is given to the real person, the image automatically gets it. So if we decorate the real person, the image is automatically decorated. So we are like the image. When God is happy with our actions, when his senses are pleased by our actions, by our words, then in return we also become happy. And Arjuna has forgotten this simple principle. He is considering Krishna to be his waiter, to be his order supplier. No. And most of us commit this mistake. We think God should make me happy. No, it doesn't work that way. Yes, we are supposed to be happy. Happiness is our birthright. And we should not treat God as our order supplier. Rather, we should engage in activities, especially the devotional service, beginning with hearing about him, chanting his names, etc. That will make him happy. And when he is happy with us, we will also experience unlimited happiness in life, whether we have everything or nothing. This is the only secret of happiness. So therefore, Arjuna's excuse is not justified. He is telling Govinda, you are Govinda. Second name he uses is Madhusudana. Madhu was a demon at the beginning of the creation, and Krishna had killed him. Now here Arjuna is being sarcastic. He says, Krishna, I know you have also killed, but you are Madhusudana, you have killed demons. And here you are asking me to kill my own family members. Arjuna had forgotten that Krishna had killed his uncle Kamsa when he was demonic. Krishna had also killed one of his sons, born of Bhumi Devi, when he had become a demon, Narakasur. So Krishna did not hesitate to punish the wrongdoers, even if they were his own family members. Arjuna has forgotten that. Third name that he uses for Krishna is Janardana. He's saying, Krishna, you are Janardana, you are the maintainer of all living entities. Why are you asking me to destroy them? This is not done. I will not be happy. So this is being selfish. If a policeman refuses to do his duty, thinking, oh, I will not kill the criminal because that will not give me any happiness, then that's not right. If a common person does it, it doesn't matter so much. But a person who is supposed to protect the innocent, protect the law, such a person cannot say this. He has to look after the larger family. Another reason, text number 36 to 38. Papameva dasman hatvetanatayinah tasmanarha vayam hantum dhartarashtran sabandhavan swajanam hi katham hatva sukhinah shyama madhava. Sin will overcome us if we slay such aggressors. Therefore, it is not proper for us to kill the sons of Dhritarashtra and our friends. What should we gain, O Krishna, husband of the goddess of fortune? And how could we be happy by killing our own kinsmen? Same theme in the next two verses, 37 and 38. Yadyapi te na pashyanti lobho pahata chetasah kulakshaya kritam dosham mitra drohe cha patakam katham nageyam asmabhi papadasma nivartitum kulakshaya kritam dosham prapashyadbhir janardana. O Janardana, although these men, their hearts overtaken by greed, see no fault in killing one's family or quarreling with friends, why should we, who can see the crime in destroying a family, engage in these acts of sin? So second reason he is giving is, if we kill them, we'll incur sin. We'll have to bear sinful reactions. It will be a sin. Now, yes, killing someone is bad. But in some cases, that may be required to uphold, to protect the law, to protect the innocent. Gita is a very practical book. It's not something black and white. So wherever it's necessary, sometimes violence is required, force is required. That's why sometimes we have something called UN peacekeeping force. Sometimes to maintain peace, force is required. There are 6 types of aggressors mentioned in the scriptures, and even if they are killed by the law, there is no sin incurred. Those 6 types of aggressors are the one who administers poison, the one who sets fire to the house, the one who kidnaps a wife, the one who attacks with deadly weapons, the one who steals property, and the one who steals someone's wealth. And if we carefully analyze, all these 6 types of aggressions had been committed by the Kauravas against the Pandavas. So there was no question of sin, even if they were killed. Arjuna has forgotten that. Secondly, yes, killing someone is a sin. But just like sometimes government also orders, no, he can be executed. Now that's not a sin. In fact, a person who executes gets payment from the government. In rare cases it happens. So in this case, yes, Krishna is telling Arjuna to kill only in this case, but other incidents, if we read in Mahabharata, Krishna was not telling Arjuna, go and kill him, go and kill that person. So certain cases, to protect the law, to re-establish dharma, violence is required, and but that can only be ordered and authenticated, authorized by the proper authority. Now, who has made this law that killing someone is bad? You will incur sinful reactions. God. Now that same God is telling Arjuna now, no, now you kill. Doesn't that become dharma? What is dharma? What is adharma? We have to understand carefully. Dharma cannot be manufactured by us. Dharma is made by God, just like laws are made by the government. And we simply have to follow, and then we are happy. But if we try to go against the law and live our life whimsically, then we are controlled by that same law. So similarly, yes, what is dharma? Dharmam tu sakshat bhagavat pranitam. That which is given by God is dharma. Whatever is against his will is adharma. That is the general definition. God has made this law. Killing is bad. That is dharma. But now God is telling, no, today you kill. Doesn't that become dharma? Arjuna is simply attached to his own thinking, own misconception. He's forgotten the essence. He's attached to the letter of the law, but he has forgotten the essence of the law. Therefore, this reason is also not justified. Third reason he gives, which is quite powerful, text number 37 onwards. Text number 39 onwards. Kulakshaya pranashyanti kuladharmaha sanatanaha dharme nashte kulam kritsnam adharmo abhibhavati yuta adharma abhibhavat krishna pradushyanti kulastriyah strishu dushtashu vashneya jayate varna sankarah sankaro narakayeva kulagnanam kulasya cha patanti pitaro hyesham lupta pindodaka kriyah doshireteh kulagnanam varna sankar karakeh utsadyante jati dharmaha kuladharmascha shashvataha utsanna kuladharmanam manushyanam janardana narake niyatam vaso bhavatiti anushruma. So in these verses, 4-5 verses, Arjuna's third reason, very powerful. He says, Krishna, with the destruction of the dynasty, the eternal family tradition is vanquished, and thus the rest of the family becomes involved in irreligion. When irreligion is prominent in the family, O Krishna, the women of the family become polluted, and from the degradation of womanhood, O descendant of Vrishni, comes unwanted progeny. An increase of unwanted population certainly causes hellish life both for the family and for those who destroy the family tradition. The ancestors of such corrupt families fall down because the performances for offering them food and water are entirely stopped. By the evil deeds of those who destroy the family tradition and those who give rise to unwanted children, all kinds of community projects and family welfare activities are devastated. O Krishna, maintainer of the people, I have heard by disciplic succession that those who destroy family traditions dwell always in hell. A very powerful reason. He's saying, Krishna, if we fight this war, we are not just going to destroy the present generation, because everyone who is assembled on this battlefield from both the sides would be killed. Till everyone is killed, the battle is not won. Till at least everyone from one of the sides is not killed. So most of the people, most of the men, the younger and the elderly, all had gathered and all of them would be killed. So Arjuna is saying, by fighting this war, we are not just going to be the cause of destruction of the present generation, but we shall also be destroying the future and the past generations as well. How? He says, present generation is destroyed in this battle, and since all the men in the family would be gone, so there would be no one to protect the women who are left behind, and therefore the unscrupulous people would take advantage, exploit them. Women are held very, very sacred in our Vedic culture. And it is mentioned that anyone who makes a woman cry even one tear, that person's life duration, fame, wealth, good fortune, everything will be destroyed in no time. 5 types of people, 5 living entities must always be protected and respected. If anybody blasphemes them, hurts them, that person would be finished, will have to perish. Who are these 5 living entities? The elderly people, the children, the cow, the devotees of the Lord, and the women. Women, the devotees of the Lord, the cows, the elderly people, and the children. So, the women would be exploited because all the men are gone. And secondly, all the people, the elderly members of the family, are also killed in this battle. So there would be no one to pass on the traditions to the next generation. As a result, there would be no samskars prevalent in the family, And because of lack of samskars, unwanted children without being thoroughly purified through the samskars will come into this world, and irresponsible population then would lead to destruction of community welfare projects. Nobody would bother about the welfare of society, because if somebody is irresponsible, he is only thinking about himself. And therefore the future generations would also be in danger. The future welfare projects are in danger. Future generation will be irresponsible because of lack of samskars. And since the family traditions would not be followed, so one of the most important family traditions is offering periodically shraddha or a pindadan to their departed ancestors, because wherever they are, they receive those offerings and therefore they bless us. So that tradition would also be stopped. As a result, wherever they are, they would also fall down from there. They would not move on, but they would fall down from their positions. So we are not just going to become the cause of pain to the present generation, but to the future generation and the previous generations as well. Those who are with us, we will destroy them, and those who are going to come and have also already gone, they will also be troubled by this act of ours. Therefore, this is not justified. It's a quite a powerful argument from Arjuna. But then again, he's forgotten an eternal principle, that who is the person who is actually the maintainer. On one side, he's telling Krishna, you are Janardhan, the maintainer, but he's forgetting that it is ultimately Krishna who maintains everyone. There are so many people who have no protector in their life, but they're still living. They go on to become great personalities, and then there are those who are fully protected that still they perish. So ultimately, he's using the right word, maintainer, Janardhan, for Krishna, but then he's not living by that statement. Just like a child within the mother's womb lives for so many months in that condition. If we put an elderly person in that situation, probably he would die within few seconds, but a child lives and he gets its nourishment also. Who is protecting the child within the mother's womb? Who has made that arrangement for his nourishment? God only. So the same person who protects us within the mother's womb also protects us when we are out of our mother's womb. An ant is being maintained, eats few grams every day. An elephant eats 50 kgs in one go, is also maintained. So ultimately it is the Lord who is the maintainer, and he rewards everyone according to his activities, his destiny. So Arjuna here is thinking that he is the doer, that if he doesn't do something, or if he does something, things won't work in this world. He has forgotten that God is in charge and he takes care of everyone and he protects. So therefore this reason is also not justified. It's just an excuse he's making because he doesn't want to fight. And then he also mentions Krishna, and I have also heard that those who destroy the family tradition, they dwell in hell. So we will also go to hell. We are also destined to go to hell because we will become the cause of destroying this family tradition by killing these elderly people. So therefore now he ends his arguments, at least this section, before he becomes quiet. Aho bat mahat papam kartum vyavasita vayam yad rajya sukhalobhena hantum swajanam udditaha yadi mam pratikaram ashastram shastrapanayah dhartarashtra rane hanyus tanme kshemataram bhavet. Alas, how strange it is that we are preparing to commit greatly sinful acts. Driven by the desire to enjoy royal happiness, we are intent on killing our own kinsmen. Better for me if the sons of Dhritarashtra, weapons in hand, were to kill me unarmed and unresisting on the battlefield. He's become extremely weak. Akshatriya does not talk like that. They take pride in fighting against the adversary, against the enemy, and they never give up their weapons, but he's just giving up completely. Sanjay Uvacha, he's speaking to Dhritarashtra. Eva muktva Arjuna sankhe rathopast upavishat Visrijya Swasharam Chapam Shoka Samvignamanasah. Sanjay said, Arjuna, having thus spoken on the battlefield, cast aside his bow and arrows and sat down on the chariot, his mind overwhelmed with grief. Arjuna sits down. He refuses to fight. He refuses to stand. And this is how the first chapter ends. The first 13 verses talk about Dhritarashtra's and Duryodhana's anxiety. Dhritarashtra is asking what happened on the battlefield. What did his sons and the sons of Pandu do? And Sanjay starts answering till text number 13. He explains what did Dhritarashtra's sons do. How Duryodhana, when he sees the army of the Pandavas, he goes to his teacher, points out his faults. Why he had trained up Drishtadumna, who was the commander-in-chief of the Pandavas and also happened to be his enemy's son, and his anxiety is quite prominent. Then he starts flattering his own people. He's in so much anxiety. Bhishma picks up his conch shell, blows it. That is text 1 to 13. 14 to 20, the 5 signs indicative of Pandava's victory have been mentioned. Krishna's presence, Lakshmi's presence, the great chariot on which Arjuna was seated, the transcendental conch shells which instilled fear in the hearts of the Kauravas, and Hanuman's presence. Text 21 to 30 describe Arjuna's uncertainty. 21 to 26 is what's going on in his mind, the uncertainty, and then that starts manifesting externally in symptoms such as burning of skin, voice is choked, he's trembling, he's crying. 27 to 30. And text 31 to 36, he gives reasons, excuses for not fighting, happiness, his own happiness, sin, and also the destruction of the family tradition. And then he gives up his weapons and sits down on the chariot, refusing to fight. Tells Krishna, I'm not going to fight. That's how the first chapter ends. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna.